Internet, my name is Lave and I watched The Meg, which is directed by Jon Turteltaub, who's been in the filmmaking business a long time. He's had some success with family-friendly films like the National Treasure movies, as well as some films from my childhood which I have a real soft spot for, like Phenomenon and Cool Runnings and Three Ninjas. Now he's taking on the monster B-movie genre with The Meg, which follows an expedition team who discover a new ecosystem in the Marianas Trench, unwittingly unleashing the Megalodon, a prehistoric, humongous shark long thought extinct. So they recruit the only man who can take this thing out, which of course is Jason Statham, playing Jonas Taylor, a man who has a score to settle with the Meg. So I know there's this entire industry of smaller production companies producing these shark movies which are so bad they're good, like Sharknado and Mega Shark versus whatever. I haven't seen any of them, they're just not my cup of tea, but I assume that their appeal is that they are super low budget movies with really ropey CG effects and Z-list actors. And The Meg is not really one of them because it has a big budget with actually some decent CG, especially some of the underwater scenes early on in the film. I was actually quite impressed with them, and the CG monsters, which are rendered with the same quality as the recent Godzilla and King Kong movies. So for a film which is supposedly tongue-in-cheek, the production values are actually taken quite seriously. What's even weirder is that there are a couple of moments in this film when the characters are taking it seriously too. Bingbing Li plays one of the crew members on the expedition, and she has a dramatic moment which is emotionally driven, and to be fair to her, she does act it well, but I was sitting there thinking, what's going on here? This is a bit too serious, isn't it? And then you've got the humour in the film. After all, this is only supposed to be a bit of fun, right? But that all fell kind of flat for me too. There is a joke which is playing up the stereotype that black people can't swim, and I was like, this is just kind of awkward. With the humour not really landing for me, my last hope was that this film might contain some genuine scares, but then I don't think it really achieves that either. The screening that I went to was full of families with their kids. The really little ones were not interested at all. They were chasing each other around, hiding beneath the first row, going up the aisles and then doing it all over again. The slightly older ones, one was sitting behind me, he was insistent on telling his parents that he didn't find the shark scary. I think marketing this one to the younger audience was not the best decision. I think for films like this, they should really just go for it. Here's a Spaceballs analogy. They should go ludicrous speed, but instead, this one isn't even going light speed. It really needed to up the violence and make it really gory. The one thing it has got going for it though is its leading man, the Stath. He literally dives into his role as the rough around the edges hard man who deep down actually does care and is actually very heroic. And I do like Statham. He's come so far from my introduction to him in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. He's crafted his own brand of action movies, and at the centre of them is his best creation, his hybrid Cockney American accent. Every time I hear him speak, I'm like, what the hell is going on there? He's like, yeah, that's right, I'm sometimes Cockney, but I'm also American. If you don't like it, I'm gonna make you bleed, you son of a bastard. He does keep the movie ticking over, and I especially liked his relationship with the little girl in this film, who's very sweet. She keeps calling him over like this and say, you're the crazy man, right? And it's like, yeah, he is the crazy man, so let's see him properly unleashed and take on this Megalodon one-on-one. And it does eventually get there, but it was all too little too late for me. So that's my thoughts on The Meg, and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at my enjoyment tracker now. I know this film is what it is, but I think it fails at what it's trying to achieve, which is an intentional bad movie. The ones that achieve that cult status, films like The Room and Troll 2, achieve that status because they're unintentional bad movies. I think this film should have really gone for it like Piranha 3D did, where it really embraces its horror and sex exploitation. It should have gone for ludicrous speed. The last example I'll give of intentional versus unintentional, there is a line in this where Statham says, it's not about the ones you lose, it's about the ones you save. Now, anyone who's seen Star Wars The Last Jedi will know that that's what Rose says to Finn at the end of that movie, and it's unintentionally funny in that, and it's trying to be intentionally funny in this, and it just doesn't really work. So that's my thoughts on The Meg. I think if you like these types of movies, you will probably like this. As I say, they're not my cup of tea. I'm not going to remember this tomorrow. But thanks very much for watching this review. I really do appreciate it. If you can, give this video a like, and don't forget to share the lave or I'm gonna make you bleed. Subscribe.